In this video, I'm going to be installing 2 mods on the outside that I should have done from day one on buying my 2016 BMW M5 competition car. Let's go ahead and get this video started. All right, so we're gonna start on our side marker right here. We're gonna use some blue painter's tape. Well, of course, don't want you to mess up that edge of your paint. And so what I opted for is in the trim toolkit, you get both of these pieces. This one's working good. Popping on out. Now we're going to remove the connector right off of it. It's right here. So when removing, all you need to do is press down on this tab right here on the back of the LED light. As soon as you press down on it, pull. Don't pull on the wires, but pull on the connectors. So put your finger like right here. Pull down, it'll come right off. We'll then take our new paint matched one, gloss black from IND, and then do the same process to actually install it here on the car. Just take your connector, push in, make sure it's good there. Now since we are ready for the install, we'll just go ahead and move the painter's tape out of the way. Same here on the bottom. And before I go ahead and snap it fully in, take some tape here. One thing I always like to do is I like to test it before you snap it on back in there. So let's get the keys here. There you go. Works good. Now that we confirm that, I'll take this off, snap this back in, starting at the top, middle, perfect. Much better from the fake carbon fiber look. Gloss black looks much better. Now you're going to repeat the same process on the other side, but since this one's done, we're going to jump to the front reflector right here on the front and change that out to the paint matched one as well from IND. Next, work on the orange front reflectors that we're going to change out. So you're going to go ahead and start your car and turn your wheel inward so that way it opens up that gap right there, because we got to get access to it right behind it. All right, once we have access after turning the wheel in, you're going to now be able to get into the wheel well, and you're going to take a 8mm socket here to go ahead and get these 3 screws that hold in the fender liner. Let's pop one out there. Don't really need an extension for this. Now we have access to squeeze our hand back in here. Okay, now that we have the inner fender all good to go, we need to release the adhesive that goes around the reflector. Now I did try to push on it a little bit. It's not quite coming off, so I'm going to put some heat on it to help loosen it up around here. Now you want to be careful with this. I'm going to do low heat on my heat gun here, and I am not going to get close to the paint or stay in one spot on the paint. Remember, you're trying not to overdo it. All right. Once you have it fully loosened, it's going to come loose out in here. And you just fish it on down out of the car. All right, next you're going to want to get all the adhesive that came off the reflector. Well, this is like just hard to reach areas. So obviously you want it all removed completely. Once you have all the adhesive removed from the inside, you're going to take some rubbing alcohol here, and you're just cleaning the surface within, because the new one is going to adhere to it, so you got to have a nice clean area. You're going to take your new reflector. Now we're ready to go ahead and take off the tape that they put on here. All right, ready to go. Then when it's all good, okay, once you're good to go, all looks well. Now we can go ahead and put our screws back in over on this side. They are 8mm. Now you want to go ahead and repeat the same process on the other side of the car. All right, here's the finishing touch. Paint match reflector on the front there. Definitely adds a much better style to the F10 M5, to say the least. Got the turn signals working, so that way you can see the gloss black entire assembly. Reason why I went with gloss black is because I have the BMW Performance gloss black grills, so I wanted to keep that consistent. All right guys, well that does it for today. Some nice styling upgrades on my F10 BMW M5. Now I sourced my parts through IND. I'm gonna drop their links down in my description box below. It's a very common mod for the F10 to have the painted reflectors. Looks much better. And then I wanted to do the side marker turn signals because of what the previous owner had on here. And I'm happy I went with that choice as far as the gloss black. Stay tuned for the next videos to come. Big thumbs up on this DIY video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check out my other BMW informational videos for the E90 335i, but also for the F10 M5. Thanks again, guys, and I'm gonna chat with you here on the next video, and take care.